It's 2 p.m. Detroit, and you know what that means. Detroit media icon Ryan Ermanni, University of Michigan great Braylon Edwards, and of course, Maz are about to take over on Woodward Sports. Every day, 2 to 4 p.m., it's the best Detroit sports talk on Detroit's best sports network, Woodward Sports.
Hey, let's go! Wednesday show 2024. Monty and Edwards with Mass. Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com, fox2detroit.com, and the Fox Local app if you are watching live. If you're watching on YouTube, part of the over 66,000 subscribers on this platform, we say good afternoon to you whenever you're listening, what have you. Hit that like button, subscribe to Woodward Sports, tell a friend about us. Braylon Edwards, good afternoon to you, my friend.
Good afternoon to you as well. After 5 or 6 pokes from the doctor, I am here. I'm back. Pause, and I'm good. The gang's all here. Tom Mazaway as well, so I'm back at work.
Look at that. Tom Mazaway, good afternoon to you.
Hello there, sir.
How you doing, buddy?
Welcome back, Frank.
Literally, the team is all here today. KG is with us. Pete Spivak is here. James is here. Joel is here. We got everybody. I did want to start there, though.
Okay.
Because
Where the hell you been?
it was,
Right.
listen, last night, Cole Beasley sent this tweet out. Former wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys, for the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Man, this after football life is tough. And there's so many different things that can mean. First of all, before we get to Beasley, it did get me thinking about you. Because, and I'm hoping I'm not giving any medical things away for you, but today you got a needle the size of this into your shoulder.
Yeah.
Because of all the things that you are experiencing, your body is experiencing after your playing days. Not only all the hits in high school, all the hits in college, all the hits after 7, 8, 9 years in the NFL, that takes a toll on your body, and that's the part that I think people don't see. And to be honest with you, before I started working with you, sure, I have been around professional athletes, but I don't think I've been around a professional athlete every day.
Yeah.
And to see kind of the health struggles, legitimately physical health struggles that you have, it is eye-opening what you guys put your bodies through.
Yeah, for Cole Beasley, he's probably talking about the depression of football is, let's just start with myself and can relate it. Football is what I knew. Football is what I know. Football is what I love. Football is what I always wanted to do. So you're talking about from the age of 11 years old to 32, play football. So 20 plus years of playing football, thinking football, acting in football being your space, being your identity, who you are. And then one day, I think for Cole Beasley, it's this year or last year, boom, it's gone. You're no longer doing that. And people tell you, all right, move on to the next thing. Like, hey, okay, cool. You had a great career. And now what are you up to next? I don't know. And that's where a lot of guys find themselves. A lot of guys think, hey, when I'm done with football, I'll be able to do this, I'll be able to do that. You have a lot of time on your hands when you're absolutely done. You're talking 60, 70, 80 hours a week playing football, professional sports. That's a lot of time. And I think now he's trying to find, what am I, who am I, outside of wearing a helmet, outside of wearing a jersey and shoulder pads. So I think that's the space that he's in right now. I'm in that next or second wave of space after you retire where the body, you start to feel the residual effects of, all the head trauma. They're getting it in over in the studio, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
They turn the radio on over at Lady Jane's
They
and
turn
you can
it
hear
on loud,
everything.
too. But like the helmet, like I played in that era. Like there was not taking care of the wide receivers, taking care of the offensive players. It was boom, boom, bang, bang. I played in the division, as you know, Baltimore Steelers. So I think that part now, shoulders a little beat up. My knees are a little beat up. My head is definitely a little beat up. So I'm taking these meetings, I'm going to these doctor's appointments for CTE in the early on signs of being able to kind of spot that or point that out, or how to go about preventing that or prolonging that, if you want to, going to get that needle, the cortisone shot in my shoulder. These things start to add up, and I think that's when that depression, that's when that space of funk, that's when it can come back. Because now the little things, now I'm thinking about what's going to be my next 5 years, what's going to be me at 50, how am I going to be with my kids, how am I going to be with my family. So football and sport is a thing, and I think I'm in one of those spaces now. Just when one thing happens, it makes you think about another stuff.
Right.
Working out
Snowball effect.
It's a snowball effect. So I'm just, I'm good.
Yeah,
but
no
it's just one
doubt
of those
about it.
spaces,
It is something where this show is different because every other show just in the city, right? I mean, you look up and down the radio. It's just about we're usually working with radio hosts, like guys like Tom Mazaway and myself who have talked about sports but have never played the sport at the highest level, and that is something so unique, I think, to our show, and even Big D Energy with Darren McCarty. That's one of the things about this network. We do have athletes to kind of really give a different perspective on athletes, on pro sports, Tom.
No doubt. When I saw that, Bray, you first. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, and it can relate this to all the fellas or ladies out there in terms of just getting older. I'm 41 now. I'm older. Things are different. Things hurt.
You're real old.
Older time as away. But yeah, things hurt. You put your
But your 40 is not my 40.
And that's what I was about to get to. So, 41, 45, whatever. But now you add 20 years of football. When I get out the bed sometimes and I put that foot on the ground, that injury or that nagging pain that I didn't necessarily take care of when I played ball, that I didn't tell the training staff about, or the training staff kind of hit me with the, come on, let's be honest, call a spade, hit me with the BS, you'll be good, take 2 of these and call us in the morning. Those things come back, whether it's the plantar fasciitis that I didn't look at, whether it's my shoulder that I thought was going to be okay. So those things come back at 41, 42 in pro athletes, and when they come back, you get worried. Now my knees bother me.
Tape it up and play.
Hell yeah, I can't tape it up and play no more now. So now it's just, I just wish I would have done some things different in terms of take care of the health side of things with doctors, vet every process, talk to the doctors, listen throughout everything they say or the trainers, and hold them accountable. But you're just ready to go out there and play football, go to practice, go home, get to your family. And
that comes with experience, Bray.
100%.
I mean, if I knew then what I knew, if I could go back to 25-year-old Ryan Ermanni, it would be a much different conversation. You know what I mean? But
all of us.
But you're right. I mean, that just comes with experience.
Yeah.
But again, Tom, when you see some of the things these guys go through, both mentally, we do talk about the mental aspect of it. Look, Cole Beasley is 35 years old. Let's just say he goes to college when he's 18. About half his life.
More than half his life.
More than
that's
half,
not little league.
Yeah, more than half his life between college football alone and pro football, he has had a schedule. Yeah. Wake up in the morning, whether it's study table, whether it's a homework, class, then you get to the pros, and it's this, that, the other thing. You have been so scheduled your entire life, more than half your life, and then all of a sudden one day, injuries aside, body aside, you wake up, you're 35 years old, you're a young man. I don't care how much money you have. I really don't. Yeah. And a lot of people do care about how much money. But you wake up in the morning and what? What is your purpose? What do you have to do? You have to find something that helps you get up in the morning and get out of bed. And if you don't know what that is,
that's key.
And part of that phase, I would assume, Bray, is finding what that is. It's a lot of trial. It's a lot of error. It's a lot of trial. It's a lot of error. And then hopefully at some point, you can only invest in so many things that you don't know about.
I got a chance. You're 100% correct. And I got a chance to, actually, let me say this beforehand. Also, you got to keep family around you. I say that's what I would tell athletes or tell anybody. Make sure you keep family around you, because I think a lot of times you go through this stuff. If you go through this alone, Ryan, it sucks.
Right.
And I have some friends, I have some colleagues, I have some former teammates. While I look at them by themselves, and they're in spaces where every day you're wondering, is it going to be okay? Is this person going to come through? Luckily, I have my parents. I got my mom. I got my father. I have my stepmom, my stepfather. I have my girlfriends, my sisters, my brothers. So I have a good outlet. I have I have you, I have Tom. I have great outlets. So you got to surround yourself with good people. I think the thing about it, which is so crazy, I was talking to Torrey Holt. Got a chance to do Calvin's camp on Sunday. Shout out to Calvin Johnson. Does a tremendous job of implementing himself in the city of Detroit. Calvin's from Georgia. Played here in Detroit, didn't necessarily have the best time here in Detroit. Guess what? Came back, he stays here, his foundation, they support and they do work here. So, we had a great time. Torrey Holt, Randy Moss, you know who my favorite wide receiver of all time is. Don't tell Calvin I said that.
I think he'd agree.
No, he actually did say that, but it was great. And we were talking to Torrey. Torrey and I were off on the side. We were just talking about, like, when it's all said and done. He was like, man, when it's all said and done, you're never ready. I don't care what you do, whether you're doing your playing time taking care of things that need to be taken care of, come up with plan B or your exit strategy, exit stage left. He said, man, when it's over, like it's over, your mind has to recover from that. So
Hey, when I saw that tweet last night from Cole Beasley, it hit me because I'm a fan of the history of the game of football. And the way the NFL is taking care of their people was a disgrace. Is it a little bit better now?
it's gotten better.
It's a little bit better
It's
now.
gotten better.
But they let a lot of their warriors just down on their luck, and they just left them for dead.
Yeah.
They really, truly did.
Kind of like the WWE, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, they used him up,
Big facts.
took every ounce of strength and mentality from them, and then left them. And a lot of them with CTE, the great Nick Bonacani, Jim Otto. You can go on
Junior
and on. And
Seau.
on. I mean, Junior Seau.
He shot himself
So
in the
many.
heart.
You can't even say how many. But when he put that tweet up, a couple football players reached out to him, more than a couple, and they're of course very conscious of what he's going through. And then everyone else is like, you play football, you got millions.
Right.
Oh, you got this, you got that, you got this, you got that. Yeah, but you know what? You can't take all that money to the grave with you
All right.
either.
You're still human.
He had a hard time retiring, if you remember Cole Beasley. He kind of almost
Came
got
back
run.
twice.
He kind of got almost run out of the league because he did not take
The
the
vaccination.
COVID vaccine.
Right.
Remember all of that stuff that he went
Absolutely.
through. And if you're not an Aaron Rodgers type player who will basically tell everyone, look, I'm the MVP anyway. You can say what you want.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the vaccine and do what the hell I want. Cole Beasley's not that. And he was basically left for nothing.
I think so many times people in general forget that the people that they see on TV are human beings.
All right.
They just have a different job.
Yeah,
And a job maybe we all want.
And totally not to get political, and this is not a political thing,
Yeah.
but the Trump shooting the other day, I heard an interview that I didn't even consider at all, and it was with Eric Trump. Eric Trump was on CNN, and he said he's watching the speech live with his kid on his lap.
Oh, my
Eric
God.
Trump. So this 4-year-old's grandfather is on stage watching live this shooting occur.
Yeah.
And I don't care if you think this is the most loathsome person that you've ever laid your eyes on in your
human.
life. When I heard that, like where this 4-year-old is watching his grandfather go down, that humanized it to me. So when you bring up Cole Beasley, you will always have that guy or that lady.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a football player. You make millions of dollars. Yeah, but I've got a family too. I'm a son. I'm a brother. You know what? I'm an uncle. I'm a dad.
I worked my butt
You know
off
what
to
I
get
mean?
to where I was.
You go to a game and you say the most vile things to these players that are just out there, doing what they do. And you would trade places with them if you had, that opportunity. And I just think right now, just specifically right now in our time, we forget that the people we see on TV are human beings, whether that's an athlete, whether that's a politician, whether that's a newscaster, a movie star, a YouTube star, whatever the case may be. And I think it's a good reminder. Reach out to Cole Beasley if you know Cole Beasley. You know?
Biggie said more money, more problems, and he wasn't lying. Whether that's mental, whether that's emotional, whether it's physical, you deal with a lot more when you have that access. But don't cry me a river. Like I said, I got good people around me. It's just one of those days. But
again, it's a good reminder.
Yeah.
We're not, and it's not about crying you a river. I think it's important. It's important, I think for the show, for you, for me, for everybody to share a perspective on sports, on their favorite athletes that they see. I mean, you are a hero. People have named their kids after you because of your career at Michigan. So your impact on sports fans in this state are something that I'm not even sure you have a grasp on. You're going into the Michigan Sports Hall of Fame for a reason. So I think to share,
You are?
I think it's important.
You're not in already?
I think it's important when you have these spaces to share exactly how you feel, because look, guys don't talk about how they feel a lot.
and that's what I was
Right?
gonna get to. Like next, guys don't talk about it. When you talk about guys, you're talking about football players. Football players are gladiators. They're supposed to be the manly of the men, you know. We don't talk about anything. You compartmentalize everything. You put it on the back burner. This is going on. Got to do this. I got divorced. Well, I still got to practice well, my kid's going this way. I still got to put this on the back burner. Got injured last year. How am I going to? You always have to keep putting things on the back burner. Yeah. Talk about it.
Right.
Like the doctor I went to this morning, we were having a conversation. One of his patients is an older former football player. He sees a lot of former football players, a lot of Lions players around this area, or players that are from here, went on and came back. Maybe went to Michigan and left and came back. But he was talking about a guy that was 65, and he said his guy was in the room. He said he was crying, just talking about, I've been working a job 20 years in insurance, and I just don't know who I am. I'm on autopilot. I've been on autopilot since I retired. You're talking about a guy that's been gone from the game for 30, 40 years, man. Like, if you don't talk and get these things out and talk to people and say exactly what you feel, it never goes anywhere. If you don't address things, they don't go anywhere. They stay right there. And the more you add to that, it's going to be something that happens. It's going to be a tipping point. And when it tips, God knows what happens.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good stuff, Bray. That was a good conversation to start the show. I really believe that was, and it was a necessary one to have.
I knew something was wrong with Cole Beasley, though, when he started going to CeeDee Lamb. I figured I might need to call the guy.
Look how many guys don't want to retire.
Right.
Look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady, man. Yeah.
Retire and do what?
We can say what you want about him, and he's going to do some announcing. I want to see if that really fills him up, because it might not. But at least he has that to have, right? All these guys, you could fight to get onto the air, but no one's really handed something like Tom Brady was.
Well, look at Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Okay, look at Tiger Woods. Do we have this? So here's this. You want to talk about a guy whose body is completely devoid of anything? You want to talk about Tiger Woods is probably the professional athlete currently in any sport, team or individual, whose body is almost incapable of doing basic things.
Yes.
Yeah. But he cannot quit, doesn't want to quit. The story is the Open Championship is this week.
Which used to be called the old British Open.
The British Open.
Okay, let's just say it's the British Open.
It's the British Open.
It's the British Open.
Or the Open Championship.
Yes.
It is this week. Colin Montgomery.
Old Monty
says that, what's Tiger Woods doing here? He shouldn't be here. He should give up the game. A reporter asked Tiger Woods about Monty's comments, and Tiger Woods with the most savage response. Here it is.
Tiger, just to almost follow up on that, you've given so much to this game, you've given so much to this championship, but there was comments, last week from Colin Montgomery who said, why is he here? He should retire. There's no point to this. Do you feel that's a bit hurtful and you've earned the right to make the decision when you decide?
Well, as a past champion, I'm exempt till I'm 60. Colin's not. He's not a past champion, so he's not exempt. So he doesn't get the opportunity to make that decision. I do.
That's what I mean. You've earned that. You've deserved it.
So when I get to be at his age, I can still make that decision when he doesn't.
Next question here.
How great is that?
Drop that mic.
As a past champion, I get to make that decision. I'm exempt till I'm 60. He's not a past champion. He can't make that decision for himself. I can.
I love it, man. Go talk, mic drop. It just says what it is. The younger generation tries to eradicate the older generation all the time. This is another situation like that, and Tiger just had to let it be known. I am the GOAT. He didn't have to say it, but he's the GOAT, and I'm a past champion. I have the right to decide if I want to play or not.
Now, the follow-up question there was, when will you give it up? And he said, when I think that I cannot win the tournament that I enter.
Yeah.
And they asked him, do you think you can win this week? Yes. 200-1 went down to 90-1.
I would never. Let me tell you something. I'm telling you, man, he's not done winning. I swear to you, he is not done winning.
If there was ever a week for Tiger Woods to win one more, it's this week.
Oh, would that be
If
great?
there was ever a week for Tiger to win, it's this
What's going to win? 2 under? I mean, he could do that. He can do it.
Hardest part for him might be walking the course.
I know. Yeah. He should petition for a cart.
But again, go ahead, Blair.
No, you're good. I was gonna say, when you mess with certain athletes, like when you just mess with athletes in general, you gotta watch yourself, because if you piss that athlete off, the athlete can turn it on. When you mess with good ones, same thing. They can turn on to another level. When you mess with great ones, they have a different level they go to. But when you mess with icons, when you mess with those ones, the one of ones, the Tigers, the Michael Jordans, the Serena Williams, the insert icon GOAT person here, they just got that extra level. Like, I wouldn't want to play against Tiger this week. Look what Michael Jordan towards the end when he still was messing with destroying guys when he was playing for the Wizards. Look at Michael Phelps in his last Olympics. He wasn't the fastest swimmer in 2016 in Rio. The 19-year-old got to talking stuff to Mike. Got a gold medal, beat him. Don't talk to GOATs.
Tiger literally started the week 200-1, 48 hours, 24 hours later, 90-1.
Yeah.
I mean, people are rushing to the window because for that but Bray, you nailed it. When you piss off the greats, they just take you to another level. When was the last time that Tiger Woods was disrespected on the golf course?
Never.
2019.
Well, like maybe 10 years ago.
When he won the Masters 2019.
Yeah, I mean, and that put all when you are disrespected as an all-time great, every fighter has one great punch left in him, and this could be the week.
Foreman against
this could
Michael
be the
Moore.
week for Tiger Woods. This could be the week for Tiger Woods. That's all I'm saying.
Everybody has that. When you get to sports, every athlete, especially the icons, whatever, they always have a little bit extra in the tank. Like they got that GOAT storage, all right? Like this is extra energy. They don't waste it. Hey, if Tiger's like, you know what, not feeling it today, think I'm going to pause, I think I'm going to pull out his tournament and not play. He's got extra. He's just not willing to deal with the Monday or the Tuesday or the Wednesday or the 2 weeks that it's going to take him to recover. But in a situation like this guy has pushed him to a new point. That extra that he has, he's going to utilize it. If it takes him until December to recover from this outing, he is going to be playing on Sunday.
That is so true.
He'll be playing on Sunday. You might have to take him out in the ambulance. Tiger's going to finish that round on Sunday. I promise you that.
Do you think Colin Montgomery meant if he stepped away, someone else has a chance to make the tournament?
No.
He just wanted to bust Tiger's chops?
100%. It's the
think
younger
so.
generation.
He's older. Colin Montgomery's an old man.
This is true.
He's like in his 50s.
Yeah. Just keep
He was old when he was young.
That just
Colin
sounds like
Montgomery.
hate because at the end of the day, like Tiger's one spot. He's one spot. When he plays in outings, you know what it does to the ratings. You know what it does to the fans. Like you know what it does to the mystique of the event. Like even if you don't watch golf, if Tiger's playing, you might pass the channel or you might pass the stream, whatever stream. I'm going to watch a little bit. I'll watch 15 minutes just to see Tiger's face, just to see a couple shots. When he doesn't play, it's not that. So nobody is missing out because Tiger's playing. There's not some young 20-year-old that's hot, that's new on the trail, that deserves a chance. Golf isn't like that.
And you just kind of feel, too, that there's a jealousy factor there.
That's what it is.
Right? I mean, Colin, he wishes he could be playing in the Open Championship, or as you like to call it, the British Open.
I always will call it that.
All-Star game last night, guys.
Shohei.
First and foremost.
The best part of the game was the intros. The introductions are always the best.
The best part of the game was the jerseys.
The national anthem was very, very good. Much better than, obviously, the night before. To me, the jerseys were the worst I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's what I was going to start with. I
won't buy that jersey.
like everything about baseball, except, the pitch clock. I really like the pitch clock.
Yeah.
But baseball just falls flat. Those uniforms were some of the most atrocious looking uniforms I had ever seen in my life. And to me, growing up,
It's easy fix.
First of all, the All-Star, there shouldn't be an All-Star jersey. You should wear your home team jersey and your road team jersey.
That's the fix.
There is nothing like seeing the Old English D in the All-Star game next to a Toronto Blue Jay jersey or next to a New York Yankee jersey or seeing all of those great baseball uniforms on one field at one time. That is it. But everything's about money these days, and you can make more money if you make an All-Star game jersey. But even just from the start of the year where they opened up the season at 3 a.m.
In Korea.
In Korea, a week before opening day started.
10 days prior.
10 days prior. all of the different things that happen with Bally Sports affiliates across the country, 13 Bally Sports affiliates. So local markets are not being able to show their hometown team if you are an Xfinity customer, which most people specifically here in Detroit are Xfinity customers as opposed to DirecTV or WOW. Everything about baseball feels like a miss. And last night's All-Star game with the uniform specifically felt like another swing and miss.
I enjoyed the game. Matter of fact, I was tweeting you and Braylon and a few other my friends. I really was so excited to sit down and watch this game. Like I said, I love the intros. The national anthem was great. Good setup. They got the players mic'd. What a great bunch of all-stars there to watch. Your favorite players are there. Paul Skenes got to pitch. You got to see Tarek Skubal in the second inning. Riley Green got a little action. Good catch out in left field. Aaron Judge and Soto talking to each other. But the game kind of missed for me. And it went quick. But I didn't like Torey Lovello managing, Bruce Bochy managing, to get every single player at least one pitch, one hitter, one something. Just get in the game. Again, I don't mean to bring it up, but when I was younger, your starting pitcher, your starting guys that you voted for played at least 5-6 innings. And I'll settle, play 4 innings at least. Let the starters play 4 innings. Skenes ain't going to throw more than 2 innings. Let him throw 2 innings, not 1 inning. And I think they miss on that. And there was a lot of misses last night. But I still enjoy it. It was less than a 3-hour game, 2.5 hours max it was. And it is what it is. But a couple of home runs. Shohei was amazing. Everything sounds like a gunshot when he hits a ball. Yeah. He's amazing. And Jalen Duran won the game for the American League, got the MVP.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's funny. My girl and I turned it on legitimately right when Shohei was up to bat. And so we saw the home run. So we turned on at the perfect time. She and I both like the uniform. Hey, look, it is what it is.
That's good.
I got to stand on it. I like the uniform. I thought
liked the uniform.
I thought it was interesting. Yeah. I thought it was different. It had like a Negro jersey kind of feel to it. It had a vintage vibe to it. I liked it. I could be wrong, but I think we liked it.
I'm with you.
Agreeing with Maz, there's no fluidity. There's no storytelling in the All-Star game anymore. All-Star game used to be about storytelling. I mean, you look at 1999, Cal Ripken breaks the record, becomes Iron Man. What happens in that same All-Star game? Plays the whole game, and what happens in the 9th inning? Hits the home run that wins the game. It's a storyline, but he was able to play that game to get that storyline out there. Now you got guys coming in playing 1 inning, next inning, his next inning, his next
pitchers
guy.
Pitchers were pitching to one batter.
They're only hitting the one batter. So there's no real storyline. There's no real MVP. Like Duran, I guess he won the game. You call him MVP, but there's
Duran's got to be the MVP.
Right, there was no MVP in that
100%, because there's no storyline, because there's no – everything is about money. Everything is about inclusivity. Oh, we got to have more money, which means the home run derby now looks like – I don't know what the hell you call that thing. It ain't no home run derby. And then the All-Star game itself, yeah, man, like it's no storytelling anymore because everybody is inclusive. We got to play this guy. Got to play this guy. We got to have somebody from somewhere.
You know what started for me? When they closed the roof. You're in an open-air stadium. Open the damn roof. No one wants to watch a baseball game in a dome. I don't care. It's Texas, 100 degrees. Guess what? It was 100 degrees in Detroit when I went to the game in 1990, whatever, 2005.
Yeah.
It was hot as hell here. If you're in Texas, what do you expect the heat to be? Open the roof. Baseball's an outdoor game. It should not be played in a sterile environment. That pissed me off, to be honest with you.
Part of the All-Star game and part of the playoffs, that's why I love the playoffs, is baseball stadiums, the lights, and the night sky. Like that is why what makes
beautiful.
That's what makes baseball a romantic sport. You're legitimately watching this. You got fans, you got kids, you got father and son out in the open air. You got the lights bright. And then you got the moon in the background. You got when home runs go out the park. Yeah, it's a part of it.
And you see it go into the city, or you see it to go
on the water.
Yeah, in Three Rivers. I mean, at PNC Park.
There you go.
If you close the dome at Comerica Park, you're not seeing any of the city. It's boring.
No doubt.
Baseball's an outdoor game.
Dante on the chat says Tiger Woods still 200-1 to win the tournament on BetMGM. Insane. Put $19 on. If Tiger wins, he wins close to $4,000.
Go get him, Dante.
Go get him, Dante.
Dante needs it to get all his money back from the chat.
Absolutely. Guys, we're going to take a break. When we come back, would you rather?
Oh, it's a new segment.
Would you rather? Yes, that's right. But first, a message from...
Join the best youth football league in metropolitan Detroit. That's right, the Boys and Girls Club of Southeastern Michigan, the 3C Sports League. Offers youth ages 5 to 14. That's right, get your kids out of the house. Time to get them out the house, get them outside so they can enjoy outside, but also be coached by some of the best coaches in youth sports. Also register for football and or cheer at bgcsm.org. Equipment, meals, and transportation included for a chance to play in the championship at none other than Ford Field, the same place where your Division North champs play at. Get your son or daughter involved today. Register now. It's going to be great. And also, register or get a membership to Planet Fitness, where they make fitness fit in your budget. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. Over 50 locations in metropolitan Detroit. Simply put, it is the best gym, and they also home and they feature a squeaky clean gym. Nothing like working on a squeaky clean gym. Now that I got that shot, might be time to get back to work, ladies and gentlemen. Planet Fitness, your fitness is essential.
Thank you to the Detroit Lions and Sheila Hamp for the best season in Lions history. Now it's time to let Brad Holmes cook. Woodward Sports.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody! A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Congratulations to the real coach of the year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Hey, gang, dreaming of a new home but feeling the financial pinch? Well, the pinch, Mark White and Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's right, I said $5,000. Call Mark White and Associates today, 248-290-8242. Check them out online as well at markwhitesells.com. One more time on that phone number, Mark White, 248-290-8242. Make your dreams come true.
And while you're at it, make your dreams come true right here at Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Awesome is when a guy can be a guy and get an amazing haircut. That's Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Stop in, sit back, relax. Let one of Lady Jane's talented stylists make you look and feel great. You could walk in anytime, 7 days a week. Lady Jane's. It's wicked awesome. Woodward Sports, Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards, Tom Maswick, KG, Pete Spivak here.
Hey, before you go to this or that or whatever you want to call it, did you see the World Series odds, the latest World Series odds?
Sure.
Yeah.
Would you like to see them?
Sure, I was going to save that for hour number 2, but
Oh,
we
you
might as
were?
well. Yeah,
No, let's wait.
Okay,
Let's wait.
I'd like to do that with the Tigers' second half.
I
if we
love
could.
that.
Yeah,
That's why
great.
you're the producer of the show.
If we could, if you don't
Yeah,
mind.
no, I think you do.
Actually,
You know what, right, do whatever the hell you
I
want.
actually circled that.
Yeah, you
part
might
of
want
the
to tell me that
rundown.
next time. That'll be great.
Well, it's great.
That's great.
I figured instead of going baseball, we'll switch it up. Go baseball,
Okay.
a little bit of fun.
I'm with you, man.
Right.
Do whatever the heck you
It's
want.
all good,
It
man.
is.
I'll do it if you want. You want me to do it?
No. I want you to do what you want to do.
All right. So, anyway, so I was thinking about 2 players specifically this morning. Why I was thinking about them, don't ask me.
Okay.
But it got me to thinking, it got me on this trend. I took 2 very comparable players, I believe, and we're going to have a little segment that we like to call, Would You Rather? Would you rather A or would you rather B?
I love it.
Okay? KG, a little music, if you don't mind.
I got you.
Here we go. First one. Ready?
Yes,
KG,
sir.
feel free to get in on this too.
Will do.
Would you rather, in all of this for the 2024 season,
Look at this.
Yeah.
for the 2024 season,
Easy choice.
would you rather Jordan Love, A, and you can take me, nobody needs to see me, all
right.
those beautiful graphics.
No problem, buddy.
Would you rather A, Jordan Love, or B, CJ Stroud? Braylon,
CJ Stroud. You want a little explanation?
please.
Yeah, you unplugged the mic.
There we go.
there
I'll
it
take
is.
CJ Stroud. The reason why I take CJ Stroud, like we did last year as a rookie, came in right away, got that team to the playoffs, got a playoff game at home, won that playoff game, was a leader out there, and also he comes from a big program. So I think you mix in what he did in college and what he did his first year, you realize that it's not a fluke. He really is like that. Give me CJ Stroud.
You know who I'm taking.
Jordan
I'm
Love.
taking Jordan Love because I do love him. There's not a question about it. And if you're giving me both these guys, I'm definitely taking this kid. This kid has been seasoned. He sat behind Aaron Rodgers. He's got Matt LaFleur as his head coach. This kid took a Green Bay Packers team that really had no business getting to the playoffs. Not only does he get them there, he wins a game, should have beat the 49ers, and who the heck knows? It could have been the Packers and the Lions for the NFC Championship game. And they had beaten the Lions on Thanksgiving Day. So it didn't happen. Didn't matter. They both lost to San Francisco. This kid has got it. He just does. Yeah. He looks great. He's cool. He could run. He's got a rocket for an arm like Jay Buhner. And that's it, man. Give me Jordan Love all day long and twice on Sunday.
KG?
This is real easy.
Buhner. I like it.
CJ Stroud for me, man. The guy just throws a beautiful football, man. He came in, had the best rookie season of a quarterback we've ever seen. I like his situation. I like how he's insulated. Tank Dell, Nico Collins. They now add Stephon Diggs to that mix.
Dalton Schultz.
Yeah, man. Dalton Schultz. I like DeMeco Ryans as a coach. I'm definitely taking
Joe
CJ
Mixon.
Stroud.
Joe
Mixon at running back now. Yeah.
Okay, I specifically said for the 2024 season.
CJ Stroud.
Okay.
Correct.
I am going to go with Jordan Love, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
It's a gut feeling. It's a gut feeling about a sophomore slump. He was so good, CJ Stroud, this year. I just feel like it's unrealistic to ask this young person to not have any bumps in the road.
Okay.
And that is why it's not about his talent. It's not about the coach. It's not about the team. It's not about the division. I've got no good reasoning why I picked Jordan Love over CJ Stroud other than I don't think it's realistic that a player, specifically a quarterback, young quarterback, just all of a sudden comes in and there's no bumps in the road.
Right.
I just, that's unrealistic to me. So I could see a little bit of a sophomore slump for CJ Stroud.
Jordan Love has been coached,
And
man.
again, a sophomore slump for CJ Stroud might look like it is off a cliff because of how good he was last year. And it might be just a few touchdowns off, a few yards off. Might not be that bad, but because of how good he was last year, everybody just automatically assumes that he's going to take that next giant leap from year 2 to year 1.
And to I guess to add something to you guys' side, just kind of listening to your conversation, Matt LaFleur is the head coach of the Green Bay Packers, and Matt LaFleur is also one of those guys as it relates to offensive genius.
Yeah,
he's a guru.
He's a guru. He's right. His best friend is the guru in the game right now, Kyle Shanahan.
Yep.
Those guys grew up together in this sport. That's what Jordan Love has.
Right.
So if I'm looking at it from that perspective, I definitely can see why you would take Jordan Love, because Matt LaFleur and he are connected at the hip.
And good point from Cody Engel. Wouldn't this be Love's second year as a starter? Yes, it would, but it's like his 5th year in the league.
Right, he sat behind Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he sat.
So I mean, it's not apples to apples.
Yeah.
I don't.
C.J. Stroud was just thrown to the Lions,
Right.
and he performed like a Lion himself.
Okay. Would you rather A?
By the way, great graphic by JB.
Absolutely.
Hell of a-
Thank
hell
you,
of a-
JB.
Shout out to
Absolutely.
JB.
The great JB. Jeremy
I saw him
Bryant.
Monday for the first time
I haven't
in
seen
4
JB
months.
in forever,
Me
but
neither.
it's
I
nice
saw
to
him.
hear his
What's he
voice.
look like?
When I was coming
What's
to the
he look
outing, he
like?
was leaving.
Right.
I just saw him.
Would you rather A, Jahmyr Gibbs, or B, Saquon Barkley again for the 2024 season only? Maz?
Another question: is this on the team that they're on as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Maz, you start.
My favorite running back in the game, Jahmyr Gibbs. I'll take him over any damn running back you give me, including Christian McCaffrey. How's that sound?
Ooh.
This is a tough one. This is a tough one. I picked Saquon Barkley on my sheet. Like I circled Saquon Barkley.
Oh, we got some good sound by the Hard Knocks,
I
by
like
the way.
the Eagles.
Oh,
like
my.
Saquon, I like the Eagles.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Jahmyr Gibbs though. I'm gonna flip flop on this. I'm gonna take Jahmyr Gibbs. I don't
My
even really
dog.
need to explain it because everybody's gonna choose Jahmyr Gibbs. Like where he got to the end of the season last year, minus the fumble in the NFC Championship. If you look at that last 6 games, they figured it out in Detroit in terms of how they want to use him, what they want him to be. He's with the right offensive coordinator. He's with the right offensive line. Give me Jahmyr Gibbs.
Again, it's Gibbs for me, too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it's
Gibbs.
easy
It
pick,
just-
man.
Yeah, okay.
I think Saquon's gonna have a year, but I
He
think
is going to have a great year.
But it's going to be a lot on Saquon, and we know when Saquon, we know when they put a lot on him, a lot of rushes, a lot in and out of the backfield, he's tend to be injury prone.
Let me say something about Saquon Barkley. What did you say about Tiger Woods getting pushed?
Oh, they stirred the drink.
Saquon Barkley was insulted by Joe Shane and the Giants.
Yeah.
He goes to Philly to stick it to the Giants.
Give me Saquon Barkley.
You hear me? He is going to stick it
Nah.
to the Giants. Poor John Mara, the owner of the Giants, he will not sleep this year.
Yeah.
He will not
I
sleep.
didn't watch last night
this
because
year.
of the All-Star game. I'm going to watch tonight.
I watched it after the All-Star game because I had to.
I know.
I had to. And I love it. It's it's the best hard knocks.
Yeah.
It's
I
the
know.
best hard
I
knocks.
agree.
They trying to get edgier, man.
Yeah,
to keep
because
up
you're
with Netflix.
inside. You see what they're doing.
I agree. All right, guys. Would you rather A, Max Crosby, or B, Aiden Hutchinson for the
Woo!
2024
Now it's getting
season?
tough.
KG, you start.
It's getting tough now. Give me Aiden, man. I'm gonna take the homer pick, man. I just like Aiden's upside. He's still younger. I love Max Crosby.
Again, for the 2024 season.
Yes, and I love Max Crosby as a player, but the Lions just have a better situation defensively, man. Give me Aiden Hutchinson with DJ Reader helping him get to 15 sacks.
Yeah, give me the same. Give me Aiden Hutchinson. I think Max Crosby is a guy that we know what he's done. We know what he's capable of. But I think Aiden's on an ascension, and I think Max Crosby's on a bit of a flat line. Not descension, but flat line. I think he's going to stay consistent. It's going to be tough for him on that Raiders team. So I forget who the heck they are. They don't have a lot of firepower on their off defensive line. Aiden Hutchinson, they gave him DJ Reader. You're giving him Davenport. You've added some pieces. You got pieces coming back. Plus, you watched him get better last year than the first year. So I take Aiden.
Maz?
I'm sorry. I'm shocked right now. I am shocked, especially at you, Braylon. I am shocked.
That I ain't take Max.
Yeah. How do you not take Max Crosby over 95%
It's tough.
of the defensive ends? I would take Max Crosby even on that crappy Raiders team. He might have 20 sacks this year.
Aside from Myles Garrett, I think he would be the next guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bosa?
Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa.
I've watched some Raiders games just because of him, and I watched him specifically, him and Devontae Adams, of course. But I watched him specifically. Last year, I saw him get frustrated with the game. I saw him take plays off. I saw him Kind of same thing that happened to Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
Like I saw a mirror type
Coaching change?
100%.
He loves Antonio.
So hopefully
Pierce.
Antonio Pierce gets him back focused. But last year I saw him not be necessarily what I thought he was. So
He's a Raider though. He's a Raider. You got to live up to the silver and black.
Give me Aiden Hutchinson. It's year 3 for him. He really has. Go ahead.
I know. I think it's a great question. I'd go Max Crosby for this season.
Okay.
If you're telling me I could get Max Crosby for 1 year this year, that would be incredible. I'd have to go Aiden. Well, God, Max
Aiden
Crosby's
gonna have
a
a
long.
year, man.
He's a. And again, if Max Crosby was on the Lions, I think he'd have a year too. So
Man.
I'm just gonna say, for the argument's sake, Max Crosby. I'd have to take him by principle.
Okay.
By principle.
Plus, EMU named the field after
That's
him.
right.
Come on.
All right, guys. Braylon, you're going to lead this one off. Justin Jefferson, A. Would you rather Justin Jefferson?
You're gonna kill
or would
Braylon
you
on
rather
this one.
be Jamar Chase?
You are killing him on this one. Kill him. You can't say tie.
Just all right.
You're not picking
You
Justin.
knew what I was about to say.
Hell yeah.
You're not picking Justin. I know you're not.
Give me Jamar Chase on this one.
Yep, do it.
I'm surprised by that, actually.
Give me Jamar Chase on this one. I think you talked about coming back. I think a lot has been said about Jamar Chase and being available in his 3 years in the NFL. A lot of people saying he hasn't been available enough. Same as Joe Burrow. You talked about Saquon Barkley, Maz wanting to prove it, wanting to stick it to him. I think Jamar Chase has something to prove this year. He sees his boy doing his thing. He sees the receivers kind of stepping up a little bit. Joe Burrow's healthy. And we can all agree Joe Burrow is second best quarterback in the league when he's healthy. You
Top
know
five.
Joe Burrow is pissed at what happened last year.
Joe Cool's ready.
So Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. Who the hell's throwing Justin Jefferson the ball?
Sam Darnold.
Give me Jamar Chase.
All right, guys. Did you go yet?
No.
Oh, you go. Sorry.
I would take JJ over every receiver in the NFL.
Yeah.
I don't care who's
Yeah.
throwing the ball.
KG?
I got to go JJ as well, man. Even though I don't trust Sam Darnold, just the type of catches JJ can make, unbelievable, man. Best receiver in the league.
What's gonna happen?
And he
though?
got paid.
Same thing happened to Calvin.
I feel
all
you.
those spectacular catches that you got to go up and make because Matt Stafford wants to leave you out to dry. It's
gonna break
when
your
you
back.
fall.
Yeah.
Hurts a little harder each time.
Yeah.
Little harder to get up each time.
I feel you.
I'm going to go with Jamar Chase because I don't go against the wide receiver when choosing between the wide receivers. So.
Smart man.
All right,
God.
there you go.
My God.
All right, guys, couple of baseball ones. Would you rather A, Tarek Skubal,
Who's Terry Scuba?
or B, Gunnar Henderson? Maz, you lead it off.
Oh, this is a slam dunk. I'll take the kid that's going to play every day for the next 20 years. Give me Gunnar Henderson all day and every single day. I would pick him. I know it's pitcher versus shortstop, but man, this kid, you're going to see him. He's spectacular.
Let me say this because that's exactly the reasoning I would absolutely take Gunnar Henderson because
Correct.
he plays every single day.
Now, if you put him against who started last night, Corbin Burns?
No,
Corbin Burns versus Tarek Skubal. Or Skenes
Right.
against Skubal?
Right. Skenes.
I would take Skenes, but I'd take Skubal over Burns.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
I like it.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Two guys at the top of their game.
And this
Right.
is for this is for the foreseeable future, or this is for
This
this year?
was next year. Sorry.
Okay.
Let's say next year. Sorry.
We believe Terry Scuba is going to be one of those guys. Like the trajectory that they have him on is a Verlander in terms of what he could be. Is that fair
No,
to
I
say?
just
What
don't-
we're saying?
He is.
So you're talking about a 20-win pitcher in the future. You're talking about a Cy Young winner in the future.
Multiple Cy Youngs.
I know, right? Give me Terry Scuba.
Derek Skubal.
I love a good pitcher.
I'm taking Scoops, man, and Gunnar Henderson is amazing. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but there's nothing like having a dominant pitcher, man, for years and years on end. I just like Tarek Skubal. I like having dominant pitching. Give me Tarek.
All right, there you go on Tarek Skubal. Okay, guys, how about this one? Would you rather A, Aaron Judge, or
This is
B,
easy.
Shohei Ohtani?
I go first. He hit a home run last night, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
Shohei Ohtani. We talk about all the time. He's the best baseball talent of all time. Now he's yet to become the best baseball player of all time. He's not pitching. Is that what you're
And he's
saying?
only a hitter now.
Just this year. Just this year he's only a hitcher, and next year he'll potentially will pitch again.
Yeah.
What if they don't pitch? He's just a DH.
Still don't matter.
So you're going to take a DH over an all-star center fielder, and a guy that hits 60 home runs
Because
a
once
year.
again, same thing I said
I just
about
wanted to put that out there.
No,
for
I
you.
appreciate that. Same thing I said about Calvin Johnson. Aaron Judge is 6'7". That body's going to wear out.
Yeah.
Like Aaron Judge, won't be able to play center field, so he'll be a DH. Shohei Ohtani can DH for the next 15 years, and he's going to average 45, 50 home runs.
Yeah.
I think Aaron Judge, I think it declines. Shohei Ohtani.
I'd take Shohei. Shohei just, I
Yeah,
mean,
man.
he's
Shohei.
doing stuff we've never seen
I know.
before. And I just,
Me too.
I don't believe he's just going to be a DH. I don't think they paid $700 million just to
Well,
be a
yeah,
DH.
but they have all of Japan
Judge is-
watching their games.
Yeah, I understand.
They're fine. They got their money back tenfold.
Okay.
I will say this
Yep,
though,
easy,
I
man.
have to give myself some pushback for a couple years ago because I didn't believe that Aaron Judge was going to be a complete player. Like he is an actual center fielder. I thought it was kind of
he is.
I thought it was kind of like a ploy or a gimmick. Like he's playing center field. Oh, it's kind of cool.
He's
now
an
we're gonna
amazing
make him a
athlete.
DH.
Yeah, no, he is.
I got to give him some credit. Like he is legitimately one of the best baseball players we've seen in a very long
No
time.
doubt.
He's a power.
Got to give him a lot of love. Credit.
He's a power
He's a
merchant,
complete
though.
player too.
Yeah, he is, but he's just strictly a power merchant to me as far as at the plate. Plays in Yankee Stadium. I mean, it is what it is. But Shohei, two-way player,
Yeah.
best pure hitter I've maybe ever seen.
What?
So
These-
yeah, man, just give me Shohei for the win.
Before Pete flashes up this this is the last one I have for you guys.
Great job, by the way.
It's an NBA related one, and I was trying to come up with a Piston situation. There was nobody that I
Yeah,
would
it's
have
tough.
said, "Oh, I wouldn't rather."
Like, yeah, you.
Like, I went up
man.
and down the Pistons
You want
roster.
Cade Cunningham
There was
or-
nobody
Right.
combo. Apollo Banchero or Cade Cunningham.
Paolo
Cade
Banchero.
Cunningham. Anthony
Yeah.
Edwards or Cade
Anthony
Cunningham.
Edwards.
And, like it was just it
Yeah.
was on and on. And
How about
on
Hooper
and
versus
on.
Wolfie?
Right.
T-Wolf.
Okay. So
Hooper for the win.
this is the best.
I'll take Hooper.
This is the best I could come up with. All right.
All right.
Would you rather A, Luka Doncic, or B, Nikola Jokic? Next season. One season.
Give me Nikola. Both of these players should be pissed off.
Yeah.
Both of these players should be let down. The reason why I gotta go Nikola is that mental tenacity.
Yeah.
He's more mentally tough than Luka Doncic, and I think that's the edge coming into this year. They won the championship, then they lose. They want to get some get back. Plus, I think his mental is stronger. Luka lost in the finals. You know they want to get some get back, but does he have that mental tenacity to get his team 82 games and back to that particular point again? Mentally, I'm going with Nikola Jokic.
I'm taking the Joker all day. He plays both ends of the floor. He's a tough guy. I love how he's got the lunch pail. It looks like he clocks in. He goes and does his work, and he clocks out. And he goes home to his family. End of the season, he can't wait to get the hell out of here and go herd sheep. I'll take the Joker. He's a badass.
Right.
I like him.
He is, man. This is I can't be mad at the Jokic pick. I'm going Doncic, man.
Okay.
And only because he seems like he cares about the game a lot more. We all know Jokic, yes, he does care about the game to a certain extent, but at the end of the season, he's done. He's out of there. He's checked out. But Luka, and I know he showed his ASS in the finals, but I think that was more so from him just really, really wanting to win. I can see him coming back with a vengeance with Kyrie and maybe some more additions that they make to the team. Give me Luka, man, for next year.
Yeah, there you go. So that was Would You Rather for a Wednesday. I thought that was pretty fun. I was gonna do a hockey one too, but I just to be honest with you, I didn't. Dylan Larkin or Connor Bedard. You know what I mean?
Connor Bedard.
Connor Bedard. Connor McDavid. Same with the Wings. You know what I mean? And so that was pretty fun.
They're all a bunch of middle of the line guys.
Right.
Maybe above the middle of the line guys. So, yeah, you're right about that.
So today, by the way, is the worst sports day of the year, is it not?
Yes, it is.
There's no day like today on the sports calendar.
There's absolutely nothing on.
There's nothing.
Nothing
I mean,
going on.
there's what's the girl's name in Indiana? WNBA.
Caitlin
Clark.
Clark.
Oh, yeah, y'all watching that, right?
I mean, this is
Maz?
this is one of the, somebody is. I'll tell you that.
No, for sure. For sure.
This is one of those days.
It's movie night.
This is one of those days you say, honey, what do you want to watch?
Yeah.
And you tell her.
And she's like, what?
Wait, you tell her.
Finally?
Your wife has to be a non-sports fan.
Yeah,
And
which
you go
mine
tell her,
is.
hey, look, I don't want to watch any games
Yeah.
tonight. What would you like to do tonight, honey?
That's exactly how
My
you
wife
do
would
it.
call me out because obviously she knows there's
Right.
nothing on.
No, my wife would be like, really?
Yeah, really?
Oh, are the Tigers? Who are the Tigers playing tonight? I can't say off.
I don't even know. Honestly, I don't even know.
Right? Oh my God, that's fun. All right, guys. I'm gonna just break here. I will break here. We'll come back and we'll. I did want to do the ESPN listed top 10 receivers for the NFL season. The executives, coaches, and scouts voted on this. Who is the top 10? We'll do that. Also, we'll go around the NFL. Maz watched the Hard Knocks last night. So much to get to. Hour number 2 minutes away. But first, a message from Dr. Pierce.
All right, Dr. Pierce, do not miss our expert injury upside with Dr. Jeff Pierce of the Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday on Big D Energy. He joins us on Thursdays as well. Trust a guy that DMAC and Braylon trust. Dr. Jeff Pierce, here to keep you in the game, performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsandSpine.com or call 248-426-9944. Dr. Pierce.
And
Ruff. Dr. Pierce and all of us take our pets to the best pet store in Michigan. Hands down, family owned and operated for over 30 years. We're talking about Premier Pet Supply. PremierPetSupply.com. They have over 13 locations in Metro Detroit. And of course, they've got over 60 brands of food for you at the lowest prices available. Give them a try today. It's PremierPetSupply.com.
Thank you to the Detroit Lions and Sheila Ham for the best season in Lions history. Now it's time to let Brad Holmes cook. Woodward Sports.
Yo, let me just say, I love Planet Fitness.
Trying out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Listen, the PF Black Card is worth every penny for this hydro massage. I'm a new man.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
All the benefits, all for less. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza is taking over Michigan, and the Nashville Hot is still around. So you got a chance to get on that. The pizza, the wings, the tenders, and the fries. Fire, and I do mean fire, so be careful. But also, fresh salads, fresh sides, that is what Soroki's does best. Crispy chicken and pizza. It is a goated, vetted place. And don't forget, the biscuits and the honey, they are to die for. Not literally, but figuratively.
That's right. Check out Soroki's in your new Les Stanford Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You've got it all. That's right. Les Stanford has expanded into Ferndale with the Buick GMC brands. Same great service that customers have come to know and trust. Buick GMC dealership located in Ferndale on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. And if you're looking for a Chevy or a Cadillac, Les Stanford in Dearborn, where they have been on Michigan Avenue for over 55 years. You can find the brand you want under one umbrella. All 4 GM brands under one umbrella. LesStanford.com, LesStanford.com.
Together, let's drive.
Absolutely. Let's drive on into the NFL season.
I watched the car today, of course. Now, of course, it's pouring rain again.
Oh my gosh, it is pouring rain. How
I
about
got my
that?
windows down.
I got
Damn.
the cushions outside and everything.
Isn't that great?
Oh, perfect.
Come on, Kevra.
He did say there's going to be scattered rain today. It's not going to last, but it'll be out there.
Yeah.
I wanted to do this because I saw on ESPN they had the top 10 receivers heading into the 2024 season.
In order.
In order. This is voted on by NFL execs, coaches, and scouts. This is not from media people. This is not from Joe from Livonia or Larry from
Flint.
Thank you so much, Maz.
Well, Larry
appreciate
from
it.
Flint.
Do we go
I
10?
got you, Maz.
You guys ready?
How about Linda from Grand
which way?
Blanc?
You want to go 10?
We're going to go 10. You want to go 10 or 1?
1.
1. Okay, we'll go 1.
You gonna start with 1?
Start with 1. We're going to start with 1, Pete.
There you go, my friend.
The best wide receiver heading into this year, Justin Jefferson.
There you go.
Number 2, Tyreek Hill.
Okay.
Number 3, Jamar Chase. Number 4, CeeDee Lamb. Number 5, Devontae Adams. Number 6, A.J. Brown. There he is at number 7
Yes,
from
sir.
your Detroit Lions, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Number 8, Mike Evans. Number 9, Stephon Diggs. And number 10, guy who has requested a trade from the 49ers, Brandon Ayuk. Notice who is not on that list, Deebo Samuel, his 49ers teammate. Braylon Edwards as the just your first impression of this list. Again, just quickly, Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb, Devontae Adams, A.J. Brown, Amon-Ra, Evans, Stephon Diggs, Ayuk.
I know what Braylon's doing.
What am I going to do, man?
You're moving up Devontae Adams, at least one spot over CeeDee Lamb. You might move Jamar Chase over JJ.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll move Tyreek down one spot. So I say you're going to mess with the first 4.
You know what? If I'm looking at what happened last year, I'm gonna just leave the list alone. I think Tyreek Hill deserves to go to number 1. If we're
wow.
Really?
If we're going off the heels of last year, he was the highest graded wide receiver at 93% last year. I want to say he was the only person over 91, and he was at 93.2. So based off of last year, body of work, this is what we said. What would you rather for this year? Tyreek Hill should be 1, and then JJ should be 2 because he missed a lot of season. Other than that, look, the list is fine.
Yeah.
I think the list is fine. I think it is what it is. CeeDee Lamb took a major jump last year. You know, when Amari Cooper left, he struggled. It struggled for a little while, but now he's found himself. He had an amazing year last year. I think the list is what it is. A.J. Brown, you saw what he did in the first 6 games. Obviously, the team kind of imploded, a lot of injuries, but that first 6 games, I think he did something that no wide receiver had ever done in the history of the game. 4 or 5 games in a row, over 175 yards. And then Amon-Ra St. Brown, the ever constant for the Detroit Lions, 1,400 yards, missed 1 game. Now when you see receivers and you see what he played through, it gives you way more respect and love for Amon-Ra St. Brown. But I think they got this list right. I love that they added Mike Evans in there. They usually always give him the golf shaft, if you will. Mm-hmm. But they left him on this list, another 1,000-yard receiver. That makes
consistent
10
every year.
That makes 10 in a row. I like the list. I don't think and Devontae is my guy. He's still my favorite wide receiver. But I feel as though he could go 2 spots up, but I'm not saying that.
You know who's a guy I cannot figure out?
Who?
CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
I was going to say Stephon Diggs.
I can't figure him out because I believe he's incredibly talented, but I really don't like his quarterback. And he's got no run game. They've got no offensive line. It's really hard to judge how
And he still
good,
had those numbers.
And he did. It's just, I feel like he's a really hard guy to judge.
Yeah. I agree. You're absolutely 100% correct, and that's why I put the emphasis on last year was that breakout year. Because until then, it's like he's secondary to Amari Cooper. Cole Beasley's still there. He's trying to figure it out. He's supposed to take the next step. Then he's dropping passes. Then they're not really confident on him. Then you hear a lot of people say he's not a number 1. I remember that was the thing that they said on CeeDee Lamb his first 3 years in the league. He's not a number 1. Yeah. So last year is the first year. And because of those things, KG, the offensive line was the worst that it's been for Dak Prescott. The running game, there wasn't one last year. Dalton Schultz is gone. Tight ends eventually came later. So I think that's why I can give him some credit. I think he's finally stepped into the shoes that Jerry Jones was hoping he filled.
Yeah, no, I would agree that he's supposed to be there. The one I wanted to argue, though, Brandon Ayuk at 10. Now, if you want to throw him in there, I guess that's okay. He did put up numbers, but I'm looking at receivers like DK Metcalf, Garrett Wilson maybe can be in that spot. Do y'all think Brandon Ayuk should be in that top 10 yet?
Was Puka Nacua on this list?
No, he was not. Let me, guys. Let me.
You stole my thunder, guys.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to this. I'm gonna go to the story on ESPN.
I would have put Puka in there over Diggs.
And tell you who they have.
I would have knocked Diggs out.
I would have. You know what? I would have taken Diggs out too. I think
Diggs is out.
Diggs is still, and don't get me wrong, he's still a tremendous receiver. But right now, his game is still operating based on what he did 3 years ago.
True.
Like the Minnesota catch. The first couple of years with the Buffalo Bills, I think he's resting on those.
I might put Amari Cooper in the 10. He played on one. He played on one leg last year.
265.
Yeah,
that one game.
Yes,
remember that was a game I didn't play him.
He's a horse.
So here's what they had to say about. Let me scroll.
Brandon Ayuk or Puka
Nacua. These were the.
You also eligibles.
These were the honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Number 11, Cooper Kupp. Number 12, Deebo Samuel. Garrett Wilson, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, Nico Collins, Amari Cooper, DJ Moore.
No Puka.
No Puka. Puka Nacua was not on this list.
That's crazy.
You know what's funny about that secondary list? Name that list again. I'm going to tell you what I noticed when I'm listening to it.
The second list?
Yeah. Yep.
Cooper Kupp.
Yep.
Deebo.
Yep.
Garrett Wilson.
Yep.
Jalen Waddle.
Yep.
Devontae Smith.
Yep.
Nico Collins.
Yep.
Amari Cooper.
Yep.
And DJ Moore.
Everybody that you name, with the exception of one person, is a second wideout.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why they're right there. Everybody you name is number 2 on their team, or they're a 1 on their team, but they're really a 2.
Garrett Wilson.
And that's the only one I think is a 1.
Garrett Wilson. Like I said, DK Metcalf,
Cooper.
he ain't getting no love.
I told you I never thought Cooper was a 1. Remember when Cooper won the Triple Crown? When we were doing this show 2-3 years ago, I said I don't see him like that. He's had an amazing year. I think he's a really good wide receiver. Cooper Kupp and Amon-Ra St. Brown are very similar to me, and I think Amon-Ra St. Brown is better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so.
Kupp's taking a step back.
100%. Yeah.
Good. That's a good list.
It is a good list. And just one more guy I want to ask you about, Bray.
Wide receiver's position is in a good space.
Devontae Adams. And maybe it's because I feel like a little jaded with receiver. It feels like Devontae is broken. Like his body is just broken down. To be 5 on this list, you good with that? Is Devontae just for again? This isn't where you've been. This is for the 2024 season.
100%. I'm not putting him above Tyreek Hill at this point. I'm not putting him above Jamar Chase at this point. I'm not putting him above Justin Jefferson at this point. And then who was 4?
CD. And I'm not saying I'm saying is he too high?
Oh, is he too high?
Well.
No.
I'm saying, is he too high?
He still produces. It's his quarterback play that's been lacking.
No,
he's still a great receiver.
I'm going to go the opposite way, Ryan, man. I understand what you're saying. You're absolutely right. He is getting a little bit older now. I can understand that. See, he's still Devontae Adams. Mm-hmm. Just a year ago, he led the league in touchdowns and yards. Just the year before that, he led the league in touchdowns and yards. So he still is in his bag. But Ryan and Mike, who's his quarterback? Everybody that you named in that top 4, I mean, you had the consistency of Kirk Cousins at 1. All the quarterbacks, all the receivers in those spaces.
For Tyreek.
Tua for Dak Prescott. You can say what you want to. I don't trust him.
Regular season, he on
100%. Regular season, Dak will get you to the All-Pro.
Yeah.
He will get you to the All-Pro. So he doesn't have a quarterback. Who's his quarterback? Aiden O'Connell, Jimmy Garoppolo, Jimmy G. They're floating other quarterbacks. So he's still him. And I think 5 is a good spot. It's not resting on laurels.
Right.
They're not resting on laurels. I think it's deserving.
So I just, to see Amon-Ra St. Brown on this list, I'm just so happy because over the last couple of years, anytime we've tried to do top 10 wide receiver lists, he's always been a guy that's been left out. He's had to earn his way into that list.
Doesn't that make it better?
It absolutely does. That's exactly the point.
Yeah.
When you play, it is great to see that your guys are rewarded. And I think the world of Amon-Ra and his work ethic and his numbers back it up. He's just a little guy, too. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys, you look at Devontae Smith, I mean, guy's like a twig. He's like a pencil. Yeah. You know what I mean? His legs are like that big around. Pause. You know what I mean?
I don't know how to explain this the right way, but I'm going to try. I want to see, and this is in a good space, I want to see Amon-Ra St. Brown. I want to see Ben Johnson, Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I want them to let it loose this year as it relates to for Amon-Ra St. Brown. You got a receiver that is one of those guys now. Give him the ball. Give him some opportunities. I want to see Amon-Ra have 13, 14 touchdowns. And I know it's a team game. I understand that. Other teams that are going to the NFC Championship find ways to get their players those touches that they want. I want to see him have 14 touches, 13. I'd be happy with 12 and also 1,500 yards again. Like, show that it wasn't a fluke or show that it wasn't. I want them to feature him a little bit more.
No doubt.
A lot of his is like yards after catch, kind of like Golden Tate.
Yeah.
And you know who's a guy who talks about this stuff a lot? Who's not going to be talking about it on Fox Sports 1 a lot?
Oh, who's that?
Do you guys see Skip Bayless is done?
100%.
Fox Sports 1.
That's Braylon's guy.
Hey, you did that show, right?
Twice.
With Skip. What is he like off the camera?
So I did Undisputed once, and I did First Take once. It's cool. He's dialed in. You know, he's very data-driven, if you will, but he's very agenda biased. Like, soon as because they have a bunch of topics, and they put them on the dry erase board, and he picks which ones he wants to do. He picks side, what stance he wants to take, and it's usually a lot of the same stuff. He felt kind of cold. If that means he felt
really
felt kind of cold.
Look at how he treats his wife, man.
100%. Look at
his wife. Who's his wife?
Ernestine.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was married, to be honest.
I didn't know anything about
he
it.
is.
I feel like Skip is an individual that doesn't know. He lost himself along the way. And I feel like he may have started off as an amazing journalist when he was covering Southern Methodists back in the 80s, and he was covering the Cowboys in the 70s and 90s and whatever. But I think along the way, he started trying to get into the trend. Like of what's trending, what should I say, what should I go against? And I think he lost who he was. Like, look, anytime you got Skip Bayless, who's a 60-plus-year-old white man wearing a gold chain and some Jordans on Friday interviewing Lil Wayne, something has gone awry somewhere. And I'm not saying you can't be cool and hip at that age, but it seems forced.
Yes.
It's so forced. I'm glad he's stepping down because it's cringeworthy.
KG, I'm going to let you in on this because I know you got a lot to say about Skip Bayless, but I'm going to take another route with him.
Okay.
Because the news is that he is leaving Fox Sports 1 undisputed after 8 years. He has ESPN has no plans of rehiring him. There was a thing out there that if ESPN really wants to stick it to Fox Sports, they would put Skip in the same kind of role as they do the Mad Dog, where you have him on once a week, twice a week, something like that, just as a little bit of a rotating host. But ESPN says they have no plans to do that.
That would be a what's name Skip. That'd be like a slap in the face for Skip. Like,
well, potentially. Here's what I'll say about Skip. You talk to yourself about a historian of the NFL.
Yeah.
I consider myself a historian with sports media.
Yeah,
like, and
I would agree.
Other than Tony Kornheiser and Mike Wilbon, who created all of this, what we have right now with PTI, pardon the interruption, we are where we are in sports media because of the show that Tony Kornheiser and Michael Wilbon created in 2001 called Pardon the Interruption, where you have...
You're not going back to sports radio?
I'm not going back to sports. I'm talking about sports.
Like Mike and the Mad Dog?
I'm talking about television.
Okay.
Sports television.
Okay.
And even a little bit before that, the ESPN sports reporters. That was really the first show, but that was a more, I would say, reasonable sports discussion. That was just a panel discussion that you would see, at your dinner table or whatever, potentially. Tony Kornheiser and Mike Wilbon got into the back and forth a little bit. And then there was this guy that came along named Skip Bayless, who completely took this thing and blew it up. I mean, Skip Bayless said some of the most bombastic things that you would ever hear in sports television, and that's what a take is.
Hot take, Skip Bayless.
That's what a hot take is. He was the king of the hot take artists as far as television goes. I'm not talking about sports radio, because I think television was seen, and Maz, correct me if I'm wrong, sports television was still seen as a little bit more respectful than these lowly sports radio blowhards.
Yes.
Right?
Nobody argued on television.
So it's so hard to bash Skip Bayless, because in order to do that, you have to take him seriously. You know what I mean? Like, I watch Skip Bayless and I say, "Oh,
that's a good actor."
That's exactly.
Yeah,
and
like,
that's why I asked.
Drake.
That's why I asked you what he was like personally.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same way now with Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith, and you just recently met him. People love Stephen A. Smith.
Saw him again.
People hate Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith does not walk around life. Oh, let me tell you. It's all an act.
Yeah.
And it is all an act to get clicks, to get viewers. When you are literally fighting for your life to get eyeballs and to get eardrums, you say dumb stuff and you don't care who you offend, because honestly, at that point, you're just saying it to say it because it's all about money. But that is what the business model has been. So I say, don't hate Skip Bayless. Hate the business model that Skip Bayless took advantage of.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
It's a good take. Now, that's a good take. Now, I'll tell you, I can't really give you my take on him because I don't like those shows. Yeah. I don't watch those shows because, to me, as a sports fan, those are fake. I don't want fake. I want real. So if I want real, I'm going to watch Dan Orlovsky and guys like that, Brady Quinn, the college football, even Pat McAfee. I believe that those guys are real. To me, I don't know. I just don't like the fake arguments, and then you put a woman in the middle. I just don't like it. It's not for me. That's all.
Yeah.
To your point, you're 100% right. Two things can be true. You're right in point. If you look at it for what it is, it's theater. It's somebody just doing this so that he can get some clicks. Somebody doing this so that you'll tune in and watch how crazy he can be. 100%. If you take him serious, that's on you for being a bit of an idiot. Only thing I didn't like about Skip Bayless is throughout his tenure from ESPN to Fox, he went after like certain players just continuously, those types of players. Like he went after them time and time and time again. It's almost to the point where you can start to see. And this is where I talk about the Fox, when he's just cringeworthy, when you watch him with the gold chain and the black suit on Fridays with Lil Wayne. Meanwhile, he was dogging out a lot of these players that had that same type of look back in 99, 2000, 2001. Insert till he got to Fox. It wasn't until he got to Fox he started to change a little bit. And then Shannon came on the show, and then he realized, all right, I got to be a little more hip. I got to start doing things slightly a little bit differently. Right. That is, you can bash Skip. You can bash Skip for that.
Yeah, it's just with Skip, and this is not to just totally like dismiss his journalistic career, but his most success has come from being a shock jock, and I hate to say it, having a black face next to him. Look at what he did with Cold Pizza that turned into First Take. His most success with that show came when Stephen A. became a face on that show. And then he leaves there. Stephen A. takes it to new heights. He gets to Fox. Yeah. He gets with Shannon Sharp. Also a great show. They had a long run, but then they fell out. Yeah. And he loses ratings at that point. So then he goes and he gets 4 black faces. You got Keyshawn, you got all these people on the show. It still doesn't work. So I hate to say it, I'm not trying to like totally discredit him, but he is one of those people that just seems to have needed a black face in order to achieve the heights that he achieved.
Now, I won't say to achieve, but I would say to your point, to take it to the next level. I was never mad at what happened with the Shannon situation, because Shannon's dumb ass put herself in that situation, and he started acting the type of way in that year 3, year 4, year 5. He was acting just like Skip. So when Skip goes off on him and they had that back and forth, I'm like, why are you mad?
Yeah.
See, this has been you.
I got to push back on that a little bit, KG, and I respect that opinion. I just feel like as a show, is like if you have a show, I think you try to have many different viewpoints.
Yeah.
Like if we had 5 white guys sitting in this studio right now, I just don't think we're doing a good job of representing the sports audience of Detroit.
No, I get that part.
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, are we just, is every show that has a white guy and a black guy on it, like,
not
the
at all.
only reason the black guy is there is so he, you know what I mean?
Not
Like
at
that's
all,
not.
it's
That's kind of how it sounds.
No,
is,
but
you know.
when you look at how Skip Bayless has operated, especially within the last 10 years, like you said, cringeworthy at times. You know, with some of the stuff that he does in order just to pull in ratings, man, and that's what I don't agree with personally.
Yeah, and I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's adding the black person or having a back and forth.
Yeah, diversity is good.
It definitely diversity is good. I think what plays off that is the country. They play on what natural country is. As soon as you introduce, whether you know it or not, whether you try to or not, as soon as you introduce one person is one color, one person is another. Just look at the whole Caitlyn and Angel Reese thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like that's not Angel and Caitlyn.
It's
That's
not.
That's the fans.
It's
That's
not.
naysayers. Everybody else. It ain't Skip and Shannon. I mean Skip and Stephen A. It's the fans that watch the show and the people say, "Oh, I agree with this," and blah blah blah.
And
it's
it
not them.
Yeah, and
it's the fans. They taking advantage of just a natural tension.
Yeah, and it just seems like every person that he sat next to has gotten more popular, and he's kind of stayed the same. Like Stephen A. catapulted off of that. Shannon Sharp catapulted off of that.
What does Stephen A. say about Skip Bayless?
He always greets him with respect and things of that nature. He does.
He helped make
He credits him.
He
He
helped
credits
make
him.
me.
He does.
Then he tried to break me.
Yep.
Hey, if you go back to the movie times, Siskel and Ebert, my man Dan Gutowski threw that out. You want talking heads that argued with each other? You can go back as far as that. 2 movie guys having a disagreement about watching a movie.
Right.
2 thumbs up, thumbs down, all of that kind of stuff. So that was a TV debate.
And
show.
again, I feel like I'm being put in a corner where I'm left to stand up for Skip Bayless.
Yeah.
I do not like Skip Bayless
No, wait,
at
I think that's
all.
what it's for.
So it's
that wasn't my intention.
it's like an uncomfortable spot to be in to try to back somebody up who does really nothing for you at all. I'm just saying, like, that whole sports yelling back and forth.
Don't do it for me.
He's like the godfather of it. And I think a great guy to talk to about it would be Rob Parker. Rob Parker is at Fox Sports right now because of Skip Bayless. Sure, he's got to have the the ability to do it, but Rob Parker is in the position that he's in right now out in LA because Skip Bayless brought him there.
Yeah.
Helped. Let me choose my words carefully. He helped bring Rob Parker out there. He helped open the door for Rob to get in there, and then Rob blew through that door. I want to be accurate with my words.
Yeah, you good.
But it's I don't know. I don't like that as well. The whole yelling back and forth thing. I don't like.
If I want to yell, I'll just go home and let my wife yell at me.
Even Mad Dog, right?
I put sports on to not get yelled at.
That's what Skip Bayless is. That's what he tried. That's what he took from.
Even Mad Dog Russo.
Yeah.
He doesn't do it for me. All he's doing is yelling at the camera. I just don't. I don't want you to yell at me. And I think, look, one of the things about this show too, and I don't. Like if you look at our viewership over time, I am comfortable with the amount of views that we get a month. I feel like we're a little bit more professional of a conversation than just yelling back and forth.
Yeah.
If we decided one day, Braylon, we really got to step it up. We really got to make it look like either we hate each other or we're just always forced to be on opposite sides.
Then we're scripted.
That would be so much better for this show. This show would be so much, let me say again.
It'll be more popular.
This show would get way more views if Braylon and I, off camera, made the decision that we were going to be at each other's throats, yell at each other every day, tell each other which side we're going to be on of an argument because, hey, I'm going to take this side on golf, you take the other one. If we did that, we would get probably more views. We would not believe in the show that we did.
I will say this: the first time I did First Take, because the call time is 6 a.m. You know how those call times are running early as I don't know what. Call time was 6 a.m. So they pick me up at the hotel. They bring me to Bristol, take me in. We're in the meeting room. It's Skip comes in. Stephen A. Smith comes in. I barely made it, whatever. Gets there at 6:45 a.m. or so. Traffic, the ancient excuse. And we're sitting there, and you're seeing all these topics on the board, all these different conversations, all this subject matter. And legitimately, this is why I stopped looking at those shows with the same type of ear or the same type of breakdown. This guy comes in, all right, Skip, I'm going to take this side, and what I'm going to say is I'm going to lobby on the side of, boom, 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 and I think you're going to, yeah, that's fine. Then I'll go on the other side, and I'll do, I'll talk about Tom and why he is still going to play. And they would do that
with every topic.
For all the subject matters for the 2-hour show. And I'm just sitting here like, so it's scripted.
Pretty much.
Like, this is real. This is
premeditated, predetermined. Yeah.
So, like, when you premeditate shows like that, you're telling people what to think of what side you're going to be on. You don't even care about that. You're just arguing from that point of view, from that side. If I have a take that's the same as yours, if I'm on the same side as you, I'm going to say it because it's how I feel. Right. And it's going to come off passionate. It'll come off authentic. But if I'm saying that, Michigan's not going to win the national championship just because you're saying they're going to win it.
There was one time about, I don't know, a year and a half ago, we were doing that. We were arguing with each other, and we looked at each other once off camera, and we winked, and we kept going. And it was almost, it just didn't feel right. Yeah. You know what I mean? It just didn't feel right. It was like such a fake fight, and I was like, that's not who we are. Yeah. It's not what we want to be as a show. Let's never do that again.
And you know why?
I don't think we've ever done that again.
No, we don't.
And you know why? I mean? We were trying to appease the masses. Because what would people say about us? It was Braylon and Ryan, at that time, Braylon and Ryan always agreeing with each other. And so I think in that moment it was serious, but then we winked to see if we could.
Well, you get so wrapped up so many times. Look,
it was probably an MSU topic.
But again, one of the things about this format is you do get so wrapped up in how many views you're getting on a platform like this, how many views you're getting. When I'm on television every day on the 9, I truly never know at all how many people are watching. Mm-hmm. The way that's rated, a television show is rated, or I don't care what anybody says, you will never know. There could be 5,000 people listening to a radio station right now, and they'll make you believe it's 50,000.
Yeah.
And you will never know. It's dumb to fight because you'll never know that answer. There's no fight.
222.
It's down. But I'm saying, like, in 24 hours from now, we'll know. Right now, we know how many people are watching, but most people will watch us on their own time and not live. So 24 hours from now, I'll take a look. I never look at the live number. Yeah. I always look 24 hours later, and I'll know exactly down to the person how many people were watching. And you do get wrapped up in that sometimes. And if you wanted to, and again, I don't want to because I just wouldn't believe in the show at that point. We're just a couple of guys who are friends with each other, who've known each other a long time, that are having a conversation about sports. That's all we're doing,
I think also too, like we stay really local. Yeah, like we stay with the Big Four here. We talk about Michigan State, talk about Michigan a little bit. We'll go around the country, like Maz goes around the NFL. We bring up some stories here or there. If something happens where you're like, oh, this guy got paid. Right. For the most part, we're here. Mm-hmm. We stay here, and our views are kind of the same, similarly, so we can talk like that. When you're doing shows like that, like you have 10 minutes to crank out a topic nationally, get to the next city, get to the next city, get to the next sport, get to the next country. Because now they're implementing soccer and sports like that, so you can make up that scripted yelling back and forth and all that nonsense. But I agree with you, like it's scripted and it's nonsensical.
KG, Maz, you got anything to wrap up? You want to say anything to add to that?
That was perfect, man. That was perfect.
Maz?
As a sports fan,
I disagree, man.
That's not sports. to me, that's not sports.
I disagree.
If I want to see fake, I'll watch a movie. I don't want to see them arguing. I don't care what they're arguing about. I just want to watch my sports, enjoy it, put it in my memory banks for later, and talk about it with my buddies.
Has there ever
That's
been
all.
any of the shows on there that you've liked, with the exception of Stump the Schwam? I know you're gonna say that one. But has there ever been shows that you like on there in this space, kind of, even with Pardon the Interruption?
No, I don't. Yeah, Pardon the Interruption, I love.
Okay.
I love. I don't watch it anymore. I don't. If I see it, it hooks me. It hooks me if I see it, especially if Wilbon is on and Kornheiser.
If Kornheiser's in studio,
yeah,
which is
if
once
those guys are on,
6
it's
months.
fun. I'll watch.
Yeah.
It's a half an hour. It's quick.
Yeah.
That's what we like. It's quick.
Maz doesn't know what he's talking about. He has no good sports opinion.
Way to go, Stick.
If I went with Stick, like I said, I'd be living on migraine medication. It is what it is. And he scared the living daylights out of me just now, coming up on me.
All right, guys, we're going to take a break.
Fake.
We're going to go around the NFL next, but first, a message from Guardian Alarm.
And what happens, boys, when you see that black and yellow sign out in front of your house? It tells the bad guys one thing. Let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts, 24/7 professional monitoring, and technology backed by people. This technology has been proven to work, and these people have been proven to care. So call 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out.
Call them today. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you, Kenny G.
And the best morning show in the city right now. You know what it is. It's Wake Up Woodward. Wake up every day to the Woo Crew, 8 to 10, Monday through Friday. You got myself, you got Kool-Aid, Flannel Sam, Broder, and JB as we cover all of Detroit sports, talk, banter, laughing, fan interaction, media, the whole shebang, man. But only on Detroit's #1 sports network. That is Woodward Sports.
Thank you to the Detroit Lions and Sheila Hamp for the best season in Lions history. Now it's time to let Brad Holmes cook. Woodward Sports.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of. And guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody!
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Any Lady Jane's haircuts for men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's haircuts for men, it's wicked awesome.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Listen, if your sports gear is as old as Maz, it's time for a change, man. It's time to get some new stuff. And luckily, Woodward Sports, we got everything you need, man. Hoodies, tees, hats, everything guaranteed to turn heads. You get the latest designs today at woodwardsports.com and click that shop tab.
Hey, welcome back, Woodward Sports Network. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards, and Tom Mazaway. KG, Pete Spivak. Joel is here. James running around the building somewhere.
Right, tackling people.
We're going to talk to intern Alex momentarily. Should we just drop him as intern Alex and maybe start calling him WSN contributor Alex?
No, he's intern Alex.
Will he be 20 years from now intern
Yes,
Alex?
he'll still be intern Alex.
And the same for intern Joel and intern James?
Absolutely.
Even though these guys have worn the intern tag out, I feel like.
Got hired.
They haven't brought in enough waters or coffees yet. They still wear the tag.
Right.
James is catching it, though.
So we're going to talk a little Michigan football coming up with intern Alex momentarily. In the meantime, is he here?
Yeah.
Oh, let's do it right now then.
Before we get to him, I want to read Ryan's reaction.
Okay, please.
All right, this is Superfan Ryan's reaction. Thanks for the money.
Shout out.
Ermanni, I think you're being a little reductive. You're repping Michigan. You're entertaining tens of thousands of people during hard times for free.
Well, I'm not doing it for free.
I think he meant they could watch it for free. That's what Ryan said. So thank you, Ryan.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Ryan's reaction. Thanks, buddy. In the meantime,
if it was free, he would not be here.
Yeah, right. Let's check in with our good buddy, intern Alex. And Alex, Tom won't let me do it. Maz won't let me do it. But I'd like to now start calling you WSN contributor Alex instead of intern Alex. But he says even 20 years from now, when you're leading some network somewhere, you're going to be intern Alex. So we'll go with that for now. Part of our Wolverine Wednesday here, brought to you by our friends at Skinny Butcher. How you doing, Alex?
Oh, no audio.
He's on mute. He's on mute.
You're on mute,
He's
Alex.
on mute.
I think you're on mute.
That's why he's an intern. There you go.
No, trust me, I guarantee you it's not his problem. It's ours.
He's all the way up.
I think we're having some trouble, Alex.
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
He's all the way up. He's on.
Oh, Pete, come on now. You know you pushed the wrong button.
You know, it's definitely a Pete prep. Pete.
No question.
Get it together, Pete.
Not me.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do.
Hang up and call back, Alex.
We're hang up,
and call back. You look good though.
Yeah. All right, Maz. In the meantime, let's go around the NFL quickly until we get.
We can do that.
Yes.
By the way, we spoke about Devontae Adams earlier today. In the top 10 wide receivers voted on by executives and coaches and scouts. Well, it turns out yesterday we talked about it. We had some video on it as well.
Well, we got.
There he is.
Yeah, I hear him.
We got Ryan.
Doesn't sound very good though,
That
does it?
not sound good.
It sounds like it's.
Let's pop him up, Pete.
Very overmodulated. Speak, Alex.
Hello.
Yeah, gotcha. All right, that'll work.
There we go.
That'll work.
Yeah. Yeah, doing good. You guys can keep the intern tag as long as you want. It's kind of the brand around here at this point, so can't really drop and lose the brand. But to get into what we were, planning on talking about and stuff today, we're kind of in the doldrums right now of Michigan football,
of everything
news and all that. Not much new has really broken in the last week or so. In the world of college football, outside of SEC media days and all that. So I decided we're going to look at something that is actually kind of going on, though, in college football. And that is going to be with the help of the new NCAA football video game that dropped with EEK. And so what I did is I simulated an entire season for Michigan, their upcoming season. And we're going to talk about whether we agree or not with what the computer predicts for the upcoming Michigan Wolverines. So, so let's get right into it.
Let's do it. Hey, by the way, before we do that, Alex, did you see the backlash that Nick Saban, he's talking about SEC Media Days. Did you see the backlash that Nick Saban is getting from Alabama players because he did not pick them to make it to the SEC championship game?
Oh, God.
So the SEC players are now coming for Nick Saban. That was kind of new out there today. And
he's media now.
It is. He's a media guy now, and he's calling it like he sees it. Pretty. I think Nick Saban's going to be a great media guy, don't you?
Oops.
Oh, it froze.
He froze. He'll be back.
Hello. Sorry, we back?
There you go. We got you back.
Okay.
Do you have dial-up internet right now, Alex? Do you have America Online?
tough showing today from the second goal last year.
Tough goal.
But yeah, I think Tyler Booker played under Nick Saban, and I think he's just kind of, having fun with his former coach a little bit.
Hey,
and I think they're well.
Alex,
let's call him.
Yeah, Alex, we're gonna call you.
We're gonna call you on the phone.
We're gonna call you on the phone because it is a really difficult connection today. So we're gonna try to call you on the phone. So hang up. We'll have Kenny call you on the phone. In the meantime, what we're gonna do is, and I know Maz is working on that, so he'll do.
I can tell you a Davante Adams story.
Okay, tell me a Davante Adams story if you want.
Well, yesterday we talked about how Aaron Rodgers and he are secretly planning this rendezvous where the Jets are going to trade him. There's no doubt about it. Mike Greenberg's on it. Everybody's on it. Dan Orlovsky. It's going to happen. Davante Adams to the Jets. Well, that's not what his agents are saying, Ryan.
No.
His agents are saying that's hogwash.
Yep, this is baseless, unfounded speculation, and Davante is expected to be with the Raiders as there has been absolutely no trade talk, period, end quote. The key phrase in that statement, and here's where this is a brilliant statement by the agent for Davante Adams. Put it back up for a second.
Sure.
As expected. It is expected, I should say. Davante is expected. When you say is expected, that's not will be.
Right.
When he's traded tomorrow to the Jets and they ask the agent what changed, he said, well, yesterday's information was different than today's information. He was expected to stay with the Raiders yesterday, and now he's not expected to stay there any longer.
What do you think when it comes down to it? Will he remain with the Raiders? Because now I saw something today that the Raiders and 49ers are talking about an Ayuk for Davante Adams swap. That's another fly in the ointment.
The Ayuk's getting moved. He is getting
Even though
moved.
the Niners say they're not going to do it.
Yes, they have to do it because he's just not going to show up.
Yeah.
He's not going to show up, and I think he absolutely will get moved. Do we have Alex or
calling him now, but
Okay.
just a pre-preference. We have been having some issues
Got
with
it.
the
We
phone
may
talk
have to
back,
get
so-
Alex tomorrow.
Yeah.
We
Maz,
might.
and
We
we'll
might.
do that. Yeah, I think he's going to get traded. We'll go around the NFL here,
Yeah,
and
of
we'll
course.
try to
Sounds
reschedule Alex.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Alex.
Go ahead.
So, okay. So you're done
You're looking at me.
So you're done with that story.
Yes, I'm done with that story.
All right. Let's go to Hard Knocks, shall we?
Yes.
Okay. Hard Knocks on last night. Part
You're
3.
done with that story.
of
I was
the
looking
Giants.
at you.
Well,
I mean, I don't know.
Well, you're looking at me and talking to him. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I'm just trying to help out and do my
No, you're
little part.
doing good.
Okay, I'm just doing my part.
Maz, you're doing good.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. Love the pat on the back.
You're doing good
great,
today.
man. It's awesome.
We love you, Tommy.
You're doing real good, buddy.
I know for a fact that Peter's pushed the wrong button, but that's all right.
I know.
It's a fact.
It's a fact.
Anyway, we didn't pay our Bell telephone bill this month, obviously.
Our Bell telephone bill.
Remember Bell? Remember them? You used to get those phone bills, and you
Michigan
can see
Bell.
all the phone calls you used to make. I think we still are on that plan.
We have a show to do, man. Come on.
Anyway, Hard Knocks last night, part 3. It's with the Giants. It's in season. You're seeing what they go through with free agency, and now the draft is coming up. Well, this is going on. Next week, we'll see the draft. Well, this one was located on, it's free agency. It's going to start at at noon that day. So they have their whiteboard. They have all these players that they want to go after. They got John Runyon. They got a couple of other offensive linemen. They've got a backup quarterback in Tyrod Taylor that they want to go after. Running backs, they've got Devin Singletary. They got a few other running backs that are on that list.
I'm going to watch this as soon as
it's superb.
I get home tonight.
So nonetheless, they're on the phone, Joe Shane, and he's on the phone with Saquon Barkley's agent. They're going back and forth. So Joe tells him, you don't hear what the agent says. You just got to understand what Joe is saying. So Joe says to him, okay, if I give him the $12.5 million per year, 27 of that guaranteed, that's going to get the job done? Is that what you're telling me? And then you pause. And he's like, okay, all right, then get back to me. He hangs up and he tells his people, I don't know if that's going to get it done. they're hemming and hawing. And let's play the piece for you.
I'm dying to see
play the
this.
piece for you. But Joe Schoen is in hot water already as the general manager of the Giants.
What's the latest? Just on the Saquon thing.
I just got a text that Chicago's driving the price up and Philly's out. I don't know if that's true or not. Which I don't know if I'll make a couple calls. I don't even know if that's gonna happen, but
I have a tough time sleeping if Saquon goes to Philadelphia. I'll tell you that. As I've told you, just being out. I've been around enough players, but he's the most popular player we have by far.
Yeah.
That's John Mara, the owner of the Giants, who comes into the office often. And Joe Schoen, it really has nothing to say to him. Because wait till you see what happens, Ryan. He pissed off Saquon. Joe Schoen pissed off Saquon. Because he told Saquon, no matter what, come back to me, let us match it. Or let us look at what we can do. He never wanted Barkley. Joe Schoen doesn't want Barkley. The owner does. And Joe Schoen basically told the owner, go take a walk, man. I'm not signing this guy.
So listen to me. Joe Schoen played checkers and Saquon Barkley played chess.
Pretty much.
That's exactly what happened.
The last words Saquon said to Joe Schoen was, you know what I told you where I want to play. He wanted to be a Giant for life. But Joe Schoen didn't want to pay him. They easily could have paid him the $12.5 million that he's making.
He was playing checkers. Saquon Barkley was playing chess. Michael Lombardi, the guy that I like, he was in the front office
Former
of the
GM.
New England Patriots, won Super Bowls there the first time around. He said, Joe Schoen's line, we're not paying Daniel Jones $40 million to hand the ball off to a $12 million running back, shows that he's not paying attention. Their competitors went out and did exactly what the Giants said they couldn't do. Yeah. He also went on to say that why is Daniel Jones so untouchable that you can't walk up to Daniel Jones and say, I need $10 million back from your crappy contract to pay Saquon Barkley, a player who actually does help us. This is how you screw up organizations. This is how I don't know how you get these. Joe Schoen was very good in the roles that he was in. Those roles, the success that he had in those roles
was with Buffalo, by the way.
With Buffalo, and I think Miami too, or he did something else before Buffalo.
Looks like a nice guy.
Yeah,
good
nice
family
guy,
man.
And I'm sure he had a lot of success prior to the general. It's different when you get in the seat. It's like Bob Quinn. Bob Quinn had a lot of success drafting players at New England. But when Bob Quinn was in charge of drafting the players, it's a lot different. And you can go up and down the aisle when it comes to general managers, coaches, how many assistant coaches, how many coordinators have so much success at their position or at their, being a coordinator. They get in that one chair up and they fall flat on their face. It's right. It's what Anthony Tomey was talking about yesterday. How many guys at AA, if you get to AA, you have the ability physically to play in the major leagues.
That's remarkable when I heard that.
But it is just right here. It is between the ears, KG, that makes all the difference.
No, it makes perfect sense, man. And then just with Joe Schoen, if you look back to that video you played before the first phone call, it just seems like they already had a bad vibe. Like you can tell by the way Saquon answered the phone.
You're right.
They had a bad relationship before this. I don't know,
Good call.
I don't know what happened, but
good call.
Yeah.
Listen, man, there's another part of this, and I don't have the video for it, but you'll see it, right? That when they're talking about the draft, and they're looking at, first of all, they say, who should we get as our backup? And they say, what do you think about Tyrod again? So Joe's like, so we're going to run back the same. He tells that to Dayball. So Dayball says to him, so we're going to have the same quarterback room? That's what he says. He wasn't laughing, but I laughed, saying, you're going to give me this crap again? So Joe's like, well, yeah. So they try to get Tyrod. Tyrod goes to the freaking Jets.
Nice.
He goes across Giant Stadium to the Jets. Now they're like, okay, what do we do now? Well, we can get this guy, this guy, this guy. How about Drew Lock? We can get him for like $4 million, $3 million. Drew Lock signs for $5 million. So they lost another $2 million off the coffers. All right, so they're crossing money off. So then they're like, would you move up in the draft to get Jaden Daniels? And they both said yes. So they don't want Daniel Jones.
Right.
They want to go up and get Jaden Daniels. And we talked about who did New England wind up getting?
The kid from North Carolina.
Yeah.
Forget his name.
Whatever. They wanted a quarterback.
Drake May.
They wanted a quarterback. And nobody would play ball with him and move up.
Wow.
You're going to see it, man. It all falls to
Cannot
pieces.
wait.
It all falls to pieces.
Guys, I got to get one more break in. We'll do that now. And I'm going to give you a message from Swiss.
All right, hang on. There it is. Right now, more than ever, it's critical for you to have your insurance reviewed. And Swiss Insurance will make sure that your carrier is not slipping in those extra fees. Call Market Swiss Insurance today, 313-530-1698, or visit SwissINS.com. We'll be right back.
Thank you to the Detroit Lions and Sheila Hamp for the best season in Lions history. Now it's time to let Brad Holmes cook. Woodward Sports.
Yo, let me just say, I love Planet Fitness.
Trying out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Listen, the PF Black Card is worth every penny for this hydro massage. I'm a new man.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
All the benefits, all for less. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
Any Lady Jane's haircuts for men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's haircuts for men, it's wicked awesome.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Hey guys, let me tell you about KDK Law, dealing with divorce, child custody, visitation, other family law issues. Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law in Birmingham will have your back. 10 plus years of experience and 24/7 availability. Scan the QR code on the screen or call 248-971-0476. 248-971-0476. Again, you might not need that number right now, but you might want to put it in your phone just in case. You never know. Say Woodward Sports sent you, and KDK will pay your filing fee. KDK Law, they've got your back. I want to thank Intern Alex as well. We're going to try to reschedule him either tomorrow or Friday. It is part of our Wolverine Wednesday chat. Brought to you by our friends at Skinny Butcher. The connection was just too bad today on the internet. We're having problems with our phones, so we just couldn't make that connection work today, but we will try to do so a little bit later on in the week or early next week. Big Ten Media Day is next week. We're going to try to have Alex on with us throughout the week as we get news and information from our Big Ten
Where is it?
team.
It's in Indy, right?
It's in Indianapolis. Absolutely.
Have you ever been to one of those?
I've never been to a Big Ten Media Day, to be honest with you. Never been to a Big
It's
Ten
a
Media
3-day event.
Yeah.
Michigan is the last day.
Sure.
Michigan's on the third day.
Sure are. On
Man,
the
there's a
third
lot
day,
of,
he rose again.
Man, there's a lot of teams in the Big Ten.
There's like 20 of them, right?
It's coming, man.
Smash.
Hey, yesterday we were talking to Anthony Comey as he was leaving, and he fears for the little conferences.
Sure.
And he brought up the MAC, and we all love the MAC, the Mid-American Conference.
Yep.
And once this, and I said this years ago, it's going to be North, South, East, and West conferences. That's what our conferences are going to be.
You might not call them North,
right.
South, East,
You're going to
West.
have 4 conferences. That's what you're going to have. 4 conferences. And then there's going to be everybody else. And the everybody else is going to have to basically play like Division II football or FBS plays. That's what it's coming down to. And then he said Eastern Michigan spent, $36 million, I think?
On facilities.
On facilities.
Yeah.
And they have facilities as good as LSU.
Yep.
He's telling us. That's right. Eastern Michigan, right up the street. where James went to school, has just as good of facilities as schools in the SEC.
Yeah, he said.
Yet, there's no way they could bring the money in that these other big schools. They're getting left out, which it bugs the daylights out of me. But this is what we did. We did this
because I think where was Eastern Michigan playing this year? Eastern Michigan's playing at Washington this year. You get $1.6 million or whatever you get for going out west and taking a beating, or maybe you might beat Washington this year. You never know, but that's how those schools make money. That not only make money. That's how those schools pay. That's how they survive. That's how they pay their athletic budget. And a lot of schools are not going to schedule the MAC teams anymore or Conference USA or anything like that because it's not going to be advantageous to them in the long run to do that. If you've got these mega conferences, it's going to be an interesting conversation to have.
How long will the playoffs be? 12 teams?
Not long.
3 years?
Not long.
3 or 4 before it gets to 16.
And then it goes to what? And now they want to add teams to the NCAA March Madness.
Yeah.
Instead of 64, it went to like 68.
Yeah.
Because the first 4 got in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now they want to add more to that and ruin
72.
that.
That's crazy.
It's wild, man.
And then the NIT will be no more.
Right.
And stuff like that. It's just, they just keep gobbling. It's like Pac-Man, man.
Yeah. It's a shame.
It's like Pac-Man.
Such a shame. Hey, just a quick, Tigers don't play until Friday. It is a 3-game series at Toronto and then 12 against the AL Central teams. They've got Cleveland.
They have trouble with Toronto.
Yeah, they've got Cleveland and Minnesota. But just here's where the Tigers are at the break. 47-50 at the break. They're 7 games back of the wild card. And again, they start a 3-game series at the Jays on Friday. First 15 games is going to tell the story. That's from the Tigers PR. What does this say? The team had 1,460 plate appearances by players aged 24 or younger, which is the most in the first half of a season by any major league team since Texas in 2018. This is a younger team. And again, I'll go back to this is where I think the screw up was on the general manager's part by not going out and getting a veteran bat because of this.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's starting to pay off now, right? So I might backtrack on me getting J.D. Martinez or something like that.
Yes and no, because if you got a J.D. Martinez, if you got a Matt Chapman, you might be 4 games out, not 7.
Right.
Maybe.
And that is a huge difference.
It also hurt that you lost a Kerry Carpenter to an injury. And he was one of your best hitters.
Yeah.
And you lost him. And he's got back injuries. And I don't foresee him coming back anytime soon. Although there was the point where they say he was going to come back just in a few weeks. And then he started working out again and his back started hurting again. You can't mess with the back, man.
No, the back is undefeated. Absolutely. And so are we today. Good show today, guys.
Yeah.
Good show.
Hey, I'll put the World Series odds up for you. Who would you bet of these teams?
Phillies.
Would you bet the Phillies at that number?
Phillies. And I think the O's, if they get they probably won't get a Flaherty, but if the O's get Houston's another good one.
Yeah.
I like if you look at just pure odds, I think Houston is probably the best bet there. Houston, Phillies, Orioles. I wouldn't touch the Yanks. I wouldn't touch the Dodgers.
How about the Guardians plus 1,600?
I just don't have the starters.
Yeah.
They don't have the horses. They don't have the horses on the mound. I think Corbin Burns plus somebody at the deadline. Orioles have a shot. I think Verlander and the guy they have escapes
Blanco.
me now. Blanco. That's
he
right.
He pitched a no-hitter this year.
Absolutely. You get Verlander going again.
The Brewers at 2,500. They've never been out of first place in the Central this year.
They don't have the horses either. They lost.
O's Phillies book it. O's Phillies book it.
Oh well, I'm not booking anything, but I like the Phillies. I've said I love the Phillies.
Go Yankees.
Go Yankees. All right, guys, that's it for us. Have a great week. I'll be back on Monday. Braylon's in tomorrow. I am going to the Journey, Def Leppard, and Steve Miller concert.
Oh, you definitely need tomorrow off of that.
Comerica Park.
No question.
Nice.
Yep, we are tailgating down there.
Don't
early.
tear up the field, all right?
Huh?
Don't tear up the field.
No, I got a seat, man.
Okay.
Right. Come on,
I hate
big
it when
time. He ain't
I
sitting
hate
on grass.
concerts at Comerica
Yeah.
because they wreck the outfield.
Right. Yeah. I won't be on the outfield.
All right, good. Thank you.
Let's see you guys.
See you,
Have a great
everyone.
day.
See you tomorrow.